Good morning. In the last lecture, we talked about steady state form of Schrodinger equation, and now the last article of this chapter, eigenvalues and eigenfunctions. Last article of this chapter, eigenvalues and eigenfunction. The steady state Schrodinger equation we derived in the last lecture is this one. This is the equation we derived in the last article. Actually, I am purposely writing this form of steady state Schrodinger equation. If you take away the wave function psi from both the sides, we are left with E is equal to minus h cross square divided by 2m dou 2 by dou x square plus v. This is total energy operator. This total energy operator can also be written as H is equal to minus h cross square divided by 2m dou 2 by dou x square plus v, equation number 2, and this is known as Hamiltonian operator. This is known as Hamiltonian operator H. This is reminiscent of the Hamiltonian function used in advanced classical mechanics. This equation is expressed in terms of momenta and coordinates of the particle under consideration. With Hamiltonian operator, steady state Schrodinger equation may be written as E psi is equal to H psi. Equation 3. This is steady state Schrodinger's equation using Hamiltonian operator H, where Hamiltonian operator H is given by equation 2. Then whenever we write Schrodinger equation for any particle in motion, we solve that Schrodinger equation. Solving Schrodinger equation will give us the wave function psi. In general, steady state Schrodinger equation can be solved only for certain values of E. In general, steady state Schrodinger equation can be solved only for certain values of E. It could not be solved for all values of E. This is the restriction on the solution of steady state Schrodinger equation. Solving of the Schrodinger equation will give us the wave function psi. This wave function psi should not only obey the Schrodinger equation, the boundary conditions, but must also fulfill the requirements of an acceptable wave function. How should be the wave function psi obtained after solving the Schrodinger equation? The wave function should obey the Schrodinger equation. It should obey the boundary conditions for the particle in motion, and it should also fulfill all the requirements of an acceptable wave function. Acceptable wave function is that function whose derivative is continuous, finite and single valued. If we have a wave function as a solution of the Schrodinger equation, and if derivative of this wave function psi is continuous, finite and single valued, then only this wave function is the acceptable wave function. If such a wave function is obtained after solving the steady state Schrodinger equation, then the system will be in steady state for which the Schrodinger equation is written. If there is no such wave function, after solving the Schrodinger equation, it means that the system will not be in steady state. The system will not be in steady state, and you cannot write steady state Schrodinger equation for that system if the wave function just talked is not available for the given system. Thus, energy quantization appears in wave mechanics is the natural element of the theory. Energy quantization which appears in wave mechanics is the natural element, natural basis of the theory. Energy quantization in the physical world revealed is energy quantization is the phenomenon, universal phenomenon Energy quantization is the universal phenomena. Characteristics of stable systems. Energy quantization in the physical world revealed that energy quantization is the universal phenomena, characteristics of the stable systems. If stable systems are there, then energy of these stable systems will be always quantized. We have many examples which can be correlated with this concept just we talked about. For example, let us consider a stretched string this way. This is one end, this is other end. Let this be end A, this be end B, and length of the string is L. Stretched string. Example of a stretched string is analogous to the discussion we just had, because it is similar to the energy quantization. Let us see how. We have a string of length L fixed at both the ends, so that it will be a stretched string. Pluck this. As you pluck the string, transverse waves will set up in the string. If the waves are starting here, after coming here, it will get reflected, and reflection will cause the transverse wave to move in the opposite direction. So what do we see? If we have a stretched string fixed at the ends and transverse waves are set up in the strings, the waves are not moving in one direction. Let us suppose this is the x-axis. This is direction along x-axis. Then the waves are moving along positive x direction as well as along negative x direction. If direct waves move along positive x direction, reflected waves will move in the backward direction, that is along negative x direction, and there will be superimposition of these two waves which will form the stationary wave pattern. So this type of stationary wave pattern will be produced when the stretched string fixed at both the ends is allowed to vibrate simple harmonically, and the condition is displacement at the end point should be 0. Displacement at this end point is 0. Displacement at this end point is 0. If displacement at the end point is 0, then the forward and reflected waves after superimposition will give rise to the stationary wave pattern. We can write equation for this stationary wave pattern. The differential equation for this stationary wave pattern will be this one. Differential equation for the stationary waves produced across the stretched string will be this dou 2y by dou x square is equal to 1 by v square dou 2y by dou t square. This differential equation is analogous to Schrodinger equation, steady state form of Schrodinger's equation. You have to solve this equation. When you solve this equation, the solution of this wave equation will be y of xt. In this case, the solution will be psi of xt. In this case, the solution will be psi of xt. In this case, the solution will be y of xt, where y is the displacement. Displacement perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the transverse waves forming the stationary wave pattern. So, just similar to the conditions we put on the wave function psi, acceptable wave function psi, all those conditions are put on this displacement y. This displacement y should satisfy boundary conditions of this system. This displacement y should satisfy this equation. Differentiation of this solution should be continuous, finite and single valued. Just the conditions that we put on psi of xt. So, this example is just analogous to this example. One more thing, the function psi is complex function. It is not directly measurable, but this displacement y, it is not complex. It is a real function. As it is a real function, it should be directly measurable function, which is function of x and t. It should be directly measurable function and should have dimensions and unit, unlike the wave function psi of xt. And if we find the solution for this, for the wavelength, solution for this will be lambda n is equal to 2L divided by n plus 1, equation number 5, for n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Wavelengths are quantized. This equation cannot be solved for any displacement. This equation cannot be solved for any wavelength. This equation can be solved for certain wavelengths only, and these certain wavelengths are given by equation 5, where values of n are countable, 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 so on. And therefore, this example is just similar to the theory we talked about when we started eigenvalues and eigenfunctions. Eigenvalue, the proper solution of the given equation of motion, and the function corresponding to that value will be eigenfunction. Proper value, proper solution and proper function. This thing may be represented with the help of a figure. This solution I have plotted in this figure. This is the staged string, one fixed end, other fixed end, x is equal to 0, x is equal to L, length of the string is capital L. When n is equal to 0, put here 0, lambda 0 will be equal to simply 2L divided by 1. So I have written here lambda is equal to 2L when n is equal to 0. This is one possible solution for this equation. When n is equal to 1, put n is equal to 1, 1 plus 1, 2. 2 get cancel. You will have just lambda is equal to L. Lambda is equal to L for n is equal to 1 for this figure. So this is the second possible solution. Here you can have n is equal to 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So lambda is equal to 2/3 of L when n is equal to 2. This is other possible solution for this differential equation. Here you have n is equal to 3. 3 plus 1, 4 in the denominator, 2 by 4, 1 by 2. So here lambda is equal to 1 by 2L for n is equal to 3. So solution of this equation are these, governed by equation 5. Other solutions are not allowed. However, the wavelengths here corresponding to the solution, these wavelengths are quantized. If this system is a stable system, it can be solved only for quantized displacement. It can be solved only for quantized wavelengths if this system is stable. And here we have shown that the system is really stable because this system is solved only for this equation, which gives these possible solutions. Okay, so we may call this as the eigenvalues and these corresponding figures the eigenfunctions. Eigenvalues and eigenfunctions are not only used for energy. Eigenvalues and eigenfunctions can be used for any physical quantity. You can use this for displacement, you can use this for velocity, you can use this for momentum, for anything. In general, if you have En as the eigenvalues, psi n corresponding eigenfunctions, then the Schrodinger equation for this will be written as En psi n is equal to H psi n. H is operator, H is the operator we used earlier in earlier equations. En the eigenvalues of energy, psi n the energy eigenfunctions. You can do the same thing for momentum also, and you can have momentum eigenvalues, momentum corresponding momentum eigenfunctions. In general, if Gn are any eigenvalues corresponding to and psi n corresponding eigenfunctions, and this capital G in boldface, the operator corresponding to this physical quantity, then this equation is the eigenvalue equation. So eigenvalues can be found for any physical quantity. These are the proper values. For bound states, for stable systems, these are always quantized, maybe energy, maybe momentum, maybe wavelength, maybe anything. For stable and bound states, these are always quantized. So whenever we write steady state equation for motion of any particle, its solution will be always quantized for any given physical quantity, and we can find the eigenvalues for that quantity and corresponding eigenfunctions. So this is the way of getting this is just the general idea. This is just the general idea to describe what is eigenfunction, what is eigenvalue. Eigenvalue, it is the proper solution. It is the proper solution. Eigenfunction, the function corresponding to that eigenvalue. Mathematics people might have studied all these things in mathematics in case of matrices or somewhere else also. The same concept is applicable in quantum mechanics. Eigenvalues, proper solutions. Eigenfunctions, the functions corresponding to the proper values. The difference is that these values are quantized. The values will be quantized if the systems are bound systems, if the systems are stable systems. Bound systems are generally stable systems, and therefore quantization is the natural property of stable systems, bound systems. For example, hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom is a bound system. Hydrogen atom is also a stable system. And if you solve hydrogen equation, we can write Schrodinger equation for the hydrogen, and if you solve the Schrodinger equation written for hydrogen atom, the energies are quantized, which are given by I am writing this equation just as example in practice. We can write Schrodinger equation for hydrogen atom, solve this Schrodinger equation for the wave function psi, okay, and then find the corresponding eigenvalues. The corresponding eigenvalues will be given by this equation. En is equal to minus m into the power 4 divided by 32 pi square epsilon 0 square h cross square into 1 by n square. N is principal quantum number, h is Planck's constant, h cross h divided by 2 pi. H cross is h divided by 2 pi. H divided by 2 pi is h cross. It is written as h cross, it is also read as h cross. Okay, this is the permittivity of free space. Pi is constant, m mass, and E electronic charge. So this is the energy quantization found for hydrogen atom. You can also write this Schrodinger equation for helium, find energy quantization. This can be done for any stable system. So this is about short idea of eigenvalues and eigenfunctions. And here we complete the chapter Schrodinger equations. Hope you got it. Thank you.